Hey you guys, welcome back for our daily practice questions. As always, I like to get into my introduction and disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Brittany Weinstock. I am a family nurse practitioner and the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, review courses, review books, videos, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on their boards as well as in practice. I've been doing this since 2015, assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success, and I would love to assist you as well. I always like to start with a disclaimer and reminder that we know there's no absolute in medicine, right? We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any other questions that you see here are based on the guidelines that are currently being tested on the AANP as well as ANCC exam. Any videos that I do that are teaching you guys on the things that we currently do in practice, I will always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into question number one for today. A patient presents to the office with complaints of a burn to their right forearm. She states that while cooking, the boiling water spilled on her arm. The nurse practitioner notes that there is a small reddened area that is blistered with associated pain. Based off of the presentation, how should the nurse practitioner diagnose? Is it A, a first degree burn, B, a second degree burn, C, a third degree burn, or D, unable to stage the burn at this time? Tell me what you got in the comments, you guys. All right, you guys, I always recommend that you read the stem of the question first so it allows you to slow down and ensure that you're answering what is even being asked. So the stem of the question here states, based off of the presentation, how should the nurse practitioner diagnose? I always tell you if they're asking about a diagnosis, you need to run it back and see what the assessment findings are. How are they presenting? What are their signs and symptoms? What did the nurse practitioner note? What do you see on exam? So here the patient came in with complaints of a burn to her right forearm, states that while cooking, the boiling water spilled on her arm. Nurse practitioner notes a small reddened area, it has blister, and there is associated pain. So based off of this description, what diagnosis are you thinking? And your best answer is B, a second degree burn. One of the classic things with blisters, that typically blisters start in second degree burns. First degree burns, they may be redness, but they actually are red with some associated pain. And when we get into second degree, we have that redness, associated pain, blisters. So, it continues to worsen. And then the third degree is actually typically painless. So, that should have also been an indicator for you. So, here, the best choice is B, a second degree burn. Question number two states the nurse practitioner has diagnosed the previous patient with a second degree burn and is explaining to the NP student how to clean a second degree burn. What are the appropriate instructions? Let me start over. The nurse practitioner has diagnosed the previous patient with a second degree burn and is explaining to the NP student how to clean a second degree burn. What are the appropriate instructions? Is it A, maintain a clean area with betadine? B, maintain a clean area with betadine and leave the blisters intact? C, maintain a clean area with soap and water and leave blisters intact. Or D, puncture the blisters to allow it to drain and then clean around the area with soap and water. Take a moment to tell me what you got in the comments. All right, you guys. So, stem the question states, what are the appropriate instructions? All right, so what are we instructing? The nurse practitioner is explaining to the NP student how we clean second degree burns, right? So, we know that last patient came in on that right forearm, had their second degree burn, there were blisters. So, now how would you clean that? So the best answer is with second degree burns, we maintain a clean area and we clean with soap and water only. And then we make sure to leave those blisters intact. You do not want to puncture or drain blisters. Okay. So second degree burns, maintain a clean area with soap and water, leave the blisters intact. Okay. All right. And lastly, question number three. After cleaning these second degree burns, what is the best treatment option by the nurse practitioner? Is it A, prescribe topical Silvadene to be applied and covered with a dry dressing? B, after cleaning, apply a dry dressing? C, prescribe topical hydrocortisone and allow the area to remain open? Or D, no treatment is required, it will resolve on its own? Take a moment and tell me what you got. All right, so stem the question is the actual question here. After cleaning the second degree burn, what is the best treatment option by the nurse practitioner? So if we're treating, it's talking, we have to look and see what the diagnosis is, right? So it's already told us that it's a second degree burn. We have cleaned it. So now what do you want to prescribe to that patient to do, and what can you do for that patient? And so with second degree burns, after we clean with soap and water and keep the blisters intact, you want to prescribe a topical Silvadene to be applied and cover it with a dry dressing to, also keep it clean and to keep those blisters covered and secure. Okay. Now, again, I did this scenario with pneumonia a couple of days ago, but I did this in this fashion as well because, I always tell y'all to think about assessment, diagnosis, evaluation, and treatment as you're studying through each thing. And that's how I do my courses in our one-on-one sessions, but I want you to start studying each diagnosis in this fashion so that you can make sure that you're able to address questions in any angle that they present. So, the question number one, we're looking at the presentation, looking at the assessment findings, and looking to see what a diagnosis would be based off of that, right? So that's assessment and diagnosis. We're evaluating this, we're cleaning it, knowing how to clean those particular things, and then how to treat them, okay? So as you work through, make sure you're studying this fashion and watch how you begin to tie it all together. All right, you guys, I hope you found it helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whomever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. If you need any of the resources that I offer, reach out to the nursing studio at 803-400-6864. You can also shoot a text message to this number or shoot us an email at thenursingstudio, the number one, at gmail.com. And if you need any of the resources, or looking for any of the links, the review book, ebook, and paperback option are linked in the bio of this channel. Also, the self-paced review course that is designed for family and adult Gero is also linked in the bio of this channel. Is videos for each system that you can navigate through on your own. Or if you want one-on-one sessions, I always recommend giving us a call or shooting us an email so we can gauge and see what you actually need because it's customized by each review student. All right, you guys, as always, happy studying. Make sure you meet me back here. Bye, y'all.